morning. I gotta fix you here because I got you a little too high. Today is Tuesday, May 19th, and I think I screwed up again because I think I made the same mistake last year. I have Diane Gallant as today is your birthday, but I also have it as it's your anniversary. And I don't remember if I did the same thing last year because I have it on a repeating thing, and some of my birthdays and anniversaries carry over and some of them don't, so I always have to go back and forth and check. And I had them last year the same thing. So you're going to get a birthday song too, because sometimes people get married on their birthdays. I don't know why, because that's like you're screwing yourself out of a gift. I know the materialistic part of me is thinking 2 gifts, one for my birthday, one for my anniversary. But anyway, so I'm going to sing both. I'm either wrong, which we know I don't like to be, or oh, my collar is all messed up. I'm all askew. It's just, I don't iron. I have an iron, but my iron and I have not met in years. We do not associate with each other. The dryer, throw them back in the dryer for a couple minutes and then it gets dry. Okay, enough babbling. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Diane. Hopefully it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I know it has to at least be your anniversary because I wouldn't have had that on there. And I have it for 27 years, which means that this year it should be 28. So it's Diane and Barry's anniversary. Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Happy, 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 happy anniversary. Well, happy anniversary and happy birthday. I'm going to have to, let me know because I'm going to fix it in my calendar for next year because this makes me look silly. You know, I don't like to look silly. Yeah, right. Said me, never. Anyway, you like my new hairstyle? I tried to part it down the middle, but it's kind of falling the way it wants to go. So I don't know. It's just, and like my middle starts like right here, like that. But it kind of just goes the way it wants to go. It just looks like a really high part. My family always says, you should try a different hairstyle. Well, guess what? They're going to see a different hairstyle now. What was I going to talk about? Just staying on plan. You know, I always like when I'm watching different channels and everybody's like on the green plan or the blue plan or the purple plan or they're on iBites, they're on keto. I always say, if you find something that works for you, then that's the right way. You know, there are many ways to get to your destination. You know, like you can go like a straight shot or you can take a lot of detours or you can go the roundabout way. I love Birdie. I love her to death. But whenever she says she has a shortcut, I cringe because her shortcuts are not shortcuts. They're not the least one. And I did talk to her the other night, and I told her to do a selfie video and send it to me, and she hasn't done it yet. So I'm going to have to remind her because then if she sends me a selfie video, then I can stick it in so you can at least see her. I told her just to do her quick little hello, my friends, because I told her everybody's missing her. And if you're new to my channel, Birdie is my sister-in-law. And on Mondays and Wednesdays, she was always on my videos because we went to on a water aerobics class, which obviously has now been shut down. I chose wisely because I was going to wait a week before I paid for another membership. Birdie paid for her membership, so she's all set for next year because she's already paid for her membership. I'll just have to pay it then. But I saved $50. She had to pay $50. Didn't walk this morning because it's raining again, but it's nice enough. It's like a fine wine. Yeah, it is like a fine wine. It's like a fine rain, but it's just enough that I would get really wet. I don't carry an umbrella. I just think they look kind of pretentious. I know. That's what they're for, is like to hold it, to keep the, I can't be bothered with them. It's just too much work. It's just, and I'm like President Trump. I have a hard time closing them. I can't, you know, I mean, it should be easy, but those little pop-up ones that are really different. So I could relate when he had a hard time closing his umbrella that time when he was getting on the airplane. And I understand his frustration too. I would have just tossed it aside. I would have, I know that. But, so I didn't go for a walk. I'm just trying to do things around here. I'm working on my puzzle. I'm getting a little exasperated because I'm missing a piece that should be an obvious piece that, you know, like I could find. Once again, Jim and I were missing an end piece, but I did find it this morning, so I got that in there. And then Jim's working, and then he's going to his black powder league is actually starting up tonight. So he's going to go shoot on the range, on his range at the gun range or whatever. Where it's an outdoor range. So, and then they have set up that they're all 6 feet apart, and the teams have to, not social, they have to social distance. They have to wear their masks and all that. So, anyway, and then what else? Oh, I was going to tell you my freezer story because I'm so determined I want to get a freezer. I've seen everybody online is saying that they ordered them in February and March and they're not coming in until September, October. That'll be fine with me. I just want it before next winter. I have my freezer in the garage, like in part of my refrigerator, and then I have my freezer in the house. So I have enough freezer space, but I want to, get some extra meat and things like that, extra bread, so I don't have to go to the store as much because I have every intention of getting my flu shot in the fall, but I'm going to wait until the vaccine, if they do have it by the end of the year, is proven not to give side effects. Because I'd be one of those people, because I'm a hypochondriac at heart, and I would imagine all kinds of side effects. Whether I had them or not, I would imagine them. So it's just, that's who I am. You got to know who you are, and that's who I am. I know who I am. But anyway, we had a freezer. We had a really nice freezer at our other house when the kids had just moved out. They had we had it when they were living there. I should take that back. When they were in high school, we bought a freezer, and we had pretty much stock with just Jim's stuff. I didn't put too much stuff in it because back then I wasn't a big freezer person. I didn't believe in freezers as much as I do now. I freeze everything. I freeze butter and cheese and what else do I freeze? Like my meals. Now I make extra meals and I freeze my meals. Like I had those Mexi Melts the other day, and I took them out, and they actually tasted better the second time around than they did the first time around. But anyway, what was I going to say? Oh, so we had this freezer, and we just stopped using it. Jim stopped using it for some reason. He just never went down there to get it, and any meat or anything. And he went in there one day to get something, and the smell was just, because it had died and we didn't know it. And all of his meat inside had obviously spoiled, and it was awful. And it was like, so we took all the meat, threw it away, and then the boys had to carry I always call my sons the boys. That's just what I call them, the boys. So the boys, Jimmy and Danny, and I always hated when Jim's mother called him Jimmy. I'm thinking, he's a grown man. Why are you calling him Jimmy? Jimmy and Danny. That's my kids. So they carried it up the stairs, and it was like a really awkward freezer. I don't know how the delivery people got it down because it just fit. And they must have taken the door jamb down. I don't remember it because when they got to the top of the stairs, it wouldn't fit through the door. So they had to bring it all the way back down the stairs and then go back up the stairs, take the door jamb off, and then, bring it up, carry it out, and then they had to put the door jamb back on. So they were a little perturbed, to say the least. So we got another freezer, and we put it down the basement. And then we had that for a couple of years. And then by this point, the boys had moved out. They had their families. And Jim went up north hunting for something, and he got a bear. And so he saved the parts of the bear or something because he was going to have it mounted or something. 'Cause we have a caribou head that he's mounted, and we have like the antlers from a deer, and we got all that dead stuff around. But and I'll leave a clip here. I'll show you the clip of what's in my bedroom. Okay, how many wives do you know would let you have that thing that close to the bed? And then we have this over here. No. No, I say no. Can you imagine? That's in my bedroom. I just, I don't see it at night because obviously it's dark when I go in there. Jim originally wanted to put it on my clock wall. No, where I sit at the table to eat dinner is like looking at that, and I'm not going to have some animal looking at me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. He was going to have the bear stuffed, and so he had it down in the freezer. And we later come to find out that the plug that we had plugged the freezer in was not the right type or whatever, and it was drawing too much power from the freezer, and so it like blew it. It blew the fuse, and we didn't know that the fuse was blown. And so he went down there again, and everything was lost. And even his bear's head, he couldn't even save that to mount it. I felt so bad. I felt so bad. No, I didn't. Anyway, so he had to clean it out again, so we called the boys again. Well, this time they weren't going to take any chances. They took the door and the door jamb off beforehand, and Jim kept insisting that we remember this time they didn't do it, and they go, no, we're taking it off. So they're giving themselves extra work. So then they got into an argument with their father about that, because he kept saying they didn't need to take the door jamb off, and they kept insisting they weren't going to get to the top of the stairs and have to bring it back down again. So when they were carrying it up, we didn't realize that all of the blood from the bear had pooled into the bottom of the freezer, into the undercarriage of the freezer. And as they were carrying it up, it was dripping blood, and they were getting blood all over them, and they were getting so mad, and they were like swearing and just cussing, and they were just so pissed. And so they got it out, and they got out to the curb and that, and then Jim went and cleaned up all the blood, because I told him, I'm not cleaning that up, that was from your bear. And then my boys said, promise me this, promise me that the next time you get a freezer, no matter when it is, no matter how old you are, that you never put it in the basement. Because the next time you put one in the basement, you're going to have to hire somebody to move it out. So I promised, and I keep my promises. So we're trying to figure out where we're going to put it in the garage, because it's going to go in the garage. I was going to put it, Jim says it looked ugly, right there. Just a small freezer, put right there. He said no. He said, that'll look hideous. And I said, well, just as a temporary thing for next winter. He says, I know you. There's no such thing as temporary. If it goes in there, it goes in there. It's going to stay. He knows me. He knows that's what's going to happen. So anyway, so we're not trying to find one. Now my Best Buy is not open yet for appointments even, and I don't know how long it'll be before the southeastern part of the state will be able to do that. So I contacted my cousin, Paul, are you hearing me? To see if maybe I can order it at his store, and if they're even ordering them. If people are waiting this long, maybe they're not even ordering them. And they said that most of the freezers come from China, and I know that we're like on some kind of a China ban now. So, I don't know. But anyway, rattled on for 12 minutes. Diane, happy birthday, happy anniversary, whatever it is. So let's go eat. Let's see what I'm going to do today, because I am going to be good. Okay, here's the piece I'm missing for this little section. And it's very frustrating, because it should be very obvious. And so I pulled all the blue pieces out. I got some over here, and then I have them up there. That's a whole pile of green, and I can't find it. But I did find the end piece that Jim and I were missing. So slowly but surely, I'm getting there. All right, let's eat breakfast. Have my water. Anita, have my water. Today is Tuesday, May 19th. My quote is, there is no one way if it works for you. Then it's the right way. There are many paths you can take to reach your destination. Trust your instincts. Choose what works for you. It's a 5-point breakfast. I wasn't going to have the berries, and then they just kind of got away from me. I had to have my berries. So it's 0 for my egg, berries, grapefruit, tea, and my banana, 4 points for my oatmeal, and 1 point for my milk. So it's a 5-point breakfast. I have 18 points left for the rest of the day. For dinner.
Exactly.
Jim snuck out of work early.
Me?
Yeah, you. Well, I'm going to have a corn on the cob, some french fries, and a burger. I'm probably only going to eat half of the burger. And my lemonade. It's a high point dinner because I can't find my lean meat. I have to get the ground chuck. So it's 9 points for 4 ounces of ground chuck. It's high. 4 points for my bun, 3 points for my french fries, 1 point for my lemonade, and 4 points for the ounce of cheese that's on top of my burger, and 0 for my corn on the cob. So I still have 3 points that I went over, but I'm still within my blue dot. Looking forward to eating this. Well, I must have been hungrier than I thought, because I ate that whole burger. It was so good. So really greasy though, because it was the 80-20. But you know, at this time I got to take what I can get. And then I found those pieces for the puzzle that were missing. Those 2 pieces. Well, I think I only told you 1, but then there was another one that was missing. So I found those. I just had to walk away. You don't have to finish it in one day. It's not like I'm going anywhere. I got lots to do tomorrow. Yeah, don't I wish. Anyway, that's going to do it for tonight. So I will talk to you guys in the morning. In the meantime, stay healthy, stay safe, stay strong, but most importantly, stay safe.